Growing up, Pokemon Sapphire was my favorite Pokemon game. I would spend hours with this game, and in it, the starter I chose was Treecko. He would be the main Pokemon that I would use throughout the entire run. And so today I want to give this little gecko a treat and show everyone just how good he can be, as we start our journey to completing the solodex in Pokemon Emerald. Let's quickly go over the rules. I can use only Treecko in battle, and I can't use any items in battle except for held items. And that's really it. So let's start. We easily take down the first rival fight and make our way through to Rustboro City. Because we fought a lot of trainers there, and we have the level advantage, we easily defeat Roxanne, although her nose pass does take a while for it to go down thanks to her healing. We got our first badge with a game time of 1 hour and 4 minutes. Looking pretty good. We make our way to Dewford and decide to challenge the next gym. We start the fight with Brawly at level 21. We aren't doing much damage with Absorb, and Machop is hitting us back pretty hard. We use our Oran Berry, and then Brawly heals. We hit him down to half thanks to a crit, and 2 more Absorbs take out the Machop. Meditite doesn't even attack, and he falls after getting healed. Last is the Makihita. We're only doing about a fifth as he goes for bulk up, and then 2 vital throws take us out. We try a few more times, but at this level we just cannot win. So we head to Slateport City to level up and come back to Brawly at level 26. The Machop falls without any issues, although Brawly does use some potions, so it takes a while. Meditite is next, and we get to full HP with our Mega Drains when we take it out. Last is Makihita, and we do just over half with our Mega Drain. He eats his berry, and 2 more Mega Drains take him out. That's our second gym badge with a game time of 2 hours and 36 minutes. Knowing the second rival battle will be really difficult, we train up in the Trickmaster's house for a few levels. And we attempt May at level 27. We use Rock Tomb to one-shot her Wingull, and Kabuskin is next. We go for Mega Drain and then Pound. She fires back with a critical hit Ember to almost one-shot us, and we go down on the next turn. We get to level 30 and try again. The Wingull goes down to 1 Mega Drain, and out comes Combuskin. Pound is only doing a quarter, and she goes for Focus Energy. We get her down to half health as she goes for Ember, which does about a third. Another Pound leaves her with a quarter, and she hits a critical hit, leaving us only 2 HP. We take her out, and Lombre goes down to 2 Mega Drains. That was a really close one. We are not in the clear yet, though. We need to face Watson. We could get Dig, but for that, we need to be able to use Rock Smash. And for us to use Rock Smash, we need to beat Watson. This is very unfortunate, because now we have no good options against him. With no other options aside from just leveling up, we fight all the trainers in the area. At level 36, we challenge Watson. Slam comes close to one-shotting the Voltorb, and then we get paralyzed. Watson heals, and Mega Drain takes him low, and then he self-destructs, taking us to just below half. We pop our Oran Berry and one-shot the Electrike, healing to almost full HP. Magneton is next, and we get confused and keep hitting ourselves in confusion. We get to just 1 HP before we start landing Mega Drains. We are healing more than he is damaging us, and we take him out with just 12 HP left. Manectric is last, who outspeeds and finishes us off. We try again and again, and we just keep getting outsped and one-shotted by the Manectric. We're going to need to level up a little more. We come back just 1 level higher. Voltorb blows up and brings us to half. Electrike comes out, and we just miss the KO with Mega Drain. Watson heals, and 2 pursuits take him out. Magneton comes out, and we deal 3 quarters thanks to a critical hit. Watson heals, and we keep slowly gaining health. Magneton falls, and we have 22 HP for Manectric. He goes for Howl, but we get fully paralyzed. He goes for Howl again, and we deal 2/3, which triggers his berry. He howls again, and we get to bring him low. Next turn, he quick attacks, and we can't move. It happens again, and we fall. A few attempts later, we get to the Magneton with a lot of health. We trade blows, Watson heals, and we get to the Manectric with 21 HP left. Again, he starts off with Howl. We land a big Mega Drain and he eats his berry. He howls twice more as we cannot attack. He then goes for a quick attack and we heal with Mega Drain. Watson heals and we can't move. He goes for a howl again as we take him to just half HP. He goes for a quick attack and we use our last Mega Drain. And it crits. That was quite lucky. But we get our third gym badge with a game time of 5 hours and 15 minutes. Our next big challenge will be Flannery. And because of this, we battle every trainer on the way to Mount Chimney. Maxie is quite easy with the exception of Zubat because we get bad Confusion luck and we fall. On the next attempt, Zubat misses his Supersonic and we take him out. We defeat all the trainers in Flannery's gym and we challenge her at level 44. We one-shot the Numel and out comes Camerupt. We do a third as she hits a weak tackle. We heal up to full with our next Mega Drain, and then she takes us to just 1 HP with Overheat. Wow. She heals, but 2 more Mega Drains take her out. Slugma is up next, and we do about half with a Mega Drain, and then Overheat takes us out. So we're going to need many more levels to win. But before we do that, let's try and use Dig. We one-shot the Numel and take her out. We use it against Camerupt and do 2/3. She sets up Sunny Day, and 1 more Dig takes her out. Slugma also falls to 1 Dig. And last up is her ace Torkoal. Dig does 1/3 as Overheat misses. We do another third, and she lands an Overheat to one-shot us. Because we have defeated all the trainers, we level up all the way to level 52 on Wild Pokemon. Hopefully this is enough to win. Numel and Camerupt go down to just 1 Dig each. Slugma also falls to a Dig, and now is the real test. Torkoal. Dig does half, and Overheat still one-shots us. We either get her to miss with Overheat, or spend many more hours grinding. So we elect to go for the 10% chance of an Overheat miss. On the next attempt, she goes for Sunny Day instead, so we get the victory with a game time of 9 hours and 37 minutes. That was a long 4-hour split. We head back to Petalburg and proceed to fight our dad. Once we get past the Spenda and his confusion trickery, he's quite easy. Slacking would be scary, but he's free because of Dig and Detect. We Detect on his attacking turn and Pursuit on his loafing turn. That gives us our 5th gym badge with a 16-minute split. Knowing that Winona will be a huge roadblock, we battle mini trainers and challenge her at level 60. Rock Tomb one-shots the Swablu. Pelipper comes out and for some reason we go for Dig. She switches into Tropius, who takes just under half from a Rock Tomb. We miss the next one and she heals with Synthesis. We get her low and she heals with a Hyper Potion. Finally, we knock her out with a Pursuit Rock Tomb combo. Pelipper comes out and gets one-shotted by Giga Drain. Skarmory is next, and he takes only a quarter from Giga Drain. We hit our next attack to get her to half health. Needing to conserve Giga Drain PP, we go for Pursuit, which isn't doing a lot of damage. And we take a huge Aerial Ace in return. Another Pursuit takes her low as we are left on just 6 HP. She heals, and that's a wrap. We fall in the next few turns to a Steel Wing. We need more levels, so we take care of Team Aqua at Mount Pyre, and then go to Lily Cove to fight May for the last time. None of her Pokemon give us any trouble, and we easily get a win over her with only taking 12 HP of damage. Now at level 63, let's see if we can beat Winona. Swablu and Pelipper both go down to 1 hit. Tropius takes 2/3 from a Rock Tomb. Winona heals, and then she falls to 2 Pursuits. Now comes her Skarmory. Giga Drain still is not doing much, and Rock Tomb takes her to half as we're left with just 31 HP. We heal up with Giga Drain and live an Aerial Ace on only 7 HP. She heals, but then we crit with a Giga Drain. This is huge because now our last Giga Drain takes out the Skarmory, and we have 51 HP for the Altaria. We go for Rock Tomb, and it misses. This is really bad. We go for it again, and it crits. That definitely mattered. and we get the 6th gym badge with a game time of 13 hours and 33 minutes. We clobber our way through Team Magma's hideout, and we are on to Tate and Liza. Because we cannot take them on with just one Pokemon, we send in Magikarp alongside our Treecko. Xatu takes over half from a Pursuit, and we misclick on the next turn and attack Claydol with Pursuit instead of taking out the Xatu. We get confused, but it does not matter, and Xatu falls in the next turn. Solrock comes out, and Claydol falls to a Giga Drain. Solrock sets up Sunny Day, and Lunatone is out. Giga Drain one-shots the Lunatone, and Flamethrower takes us to just above half. We do 2/3 with Pursuit as we live another Flamethrower on just a sliver. They heal with Berry, but it doesn't matter as Solrock falls on the next turn. We get our 7th gym badge in only 12 minutes. We head over to the Space Center and take on Maxie and Tabitha with Steven. We take out the camera up over 2 turns. Steven then makes a great move and takes Golbat down to a 3rd with Psychic. Next turn, the Golbat falls. Mightyena is out last for Tabitha. Giga Drain one-shots her, and now this is a 1-on-2. We team up and each deal half to Mightyena, and out comes Crobat, who immediately takes half from Matang. We should have gone for Dig here to avoid damage and let the Matang take him out, but we don't, and Crobat one-shots us with a critical hit wing attack. We try many more times, and we just keep getting knocked out. Finally, we get this attempt. We one-shot the Camerupt with Giga Drain. Golbat comes out, and Maxie swaps Mightyena out for Camerupt. We go for Giga Drain, but we hit ourselves in confusion. Matang takes out the Golbat, and Mightyena comes out and takes 3/4 from Maxie's Earthquake. We take out the Mightyena and the Camerupt on the following turns. Next is Crobat, who comes in and takes half from Matang. Crobat confuses us, but Matang finishes off the Crobat. Mightyena comes out, and in one turn, we beat the surprisingly difficult Space Center fight. Rayquaza comes out and silences Godzilla and Manda, and we go to fight Juan. This gym is really easy, and Birch sweeps his team. That is our final gym badge with a game time of 17 hours and 4 minutes. The last major battle before the Elite Four is Wally. Rock Tomb does half as he sets up Dragon Dance. We hit Pursuit for a 1/4 while we take over half from an Aerial Ace. Our next Pursuit takes him out. We heal up a little with Giga Drains on the Roselia before taking him out, with 2 Pursuits. Except Wally heals, so we need 3 more Pursuits before Roselia falls. Next is Delcatty, who falls to 1 Giga Drain, and Magneton, who falls to 1 Dig. Last is Gardevoir, who falls to 2 Pursuits. Before continuing onto Victory Road, we want a Pokemon with Flash. So we find our Ralts and put our Master Ball to use so we can easily navigate through the Victory Road. Now is the Elite Four time. We will not be saving in between members to give more flexibility in our moves and items. This will also try to cut down on the luck needed to beat the league. At level 75, we challenge Sydney. He leads Mightyena and lands an Intimidate. This lowers our attack, but it doesn't really matter as we'll mainly be using special moves. Mightyena falls to 1 Giga Drain and Absol's next. We keep getting him low, but Sydney keeps healing him. Finally, we take him down. Shiftry's up next, and we're doing pretty good damage against him. He sets up a double team, and our next Giga Drain misses. He then goes for a Swagger, and we hit ourselves in confusion. With no more Giga Drain PP, that'll be it. We reset and try a few times, and even if we do beat the Shiftry, we cannot get past the Cacturn. We tried a few different strategies and even made it to the Crawdaunt once, but we get our speed lowered and lose. It's just not happening at this level. The Shiftry and Cacturn just wall Birch, and we have to level up against Sydney over and over again. At level 78, we get a good run. We can now one-shot the Mightyena, but it's a range. If we do not get that range, we get sand attacked, and we miss too many of our moves. Absol is also a one-shot. Now comes the Shiftry. We hit a Rock Tomb and 2 Giga Drains. Even with the double team, we managed to not miss a move, and out comes Cacturn. We hit a few Rock Tombs and 1 Dig, and then finish him off with a Giga Drain. That leaves us with over 100 HP for the Crawdaunt, which should be enough. But let's see. He outspeeds and goes for Swords Dance, so that allows us to get the one shot. That was really brutal, but finally we can move on to Phoebe. Dusthop takes half from Pursuit, and it goes for Curse. That is unfortunate, because now there's nothing we can do. We fall on the next turn. On our next attempt, we manage to beat Sydney again. We do miss the one shot on Absol, but it doesn't matter, as we can safely take out the rest of the team thanks to us healing with Giga Drain. Phoebe's up next. We go for Pursuit, and it is a 2-hit, and she doesn't go for Curse. That's huge, because now we have a chance at winning. The second Dusclops comes out, and we hit ourselves in Confusion, and we go down. Now, Sydney is easy, and our challenge has become Phoebe. If we beat her, we could probably beat Glacia. It really just depends on how the Glalie will be. Then I realized something. If we beat Glacia, there's no way we can beat Drake. None of our moves are going to do anything against his team. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Now with Sydney defeated and Birch at level 80, let's see if we can defeat Phoebe. We restore our power points and heal to full. We use Dig to get around her Protect on the first turn. She keeps going for Protect, and we take her out with a Pursuit. The second Dusclops comes out, and we one-shot with a critical hit Giga Drain. I'm pretty sure that mattered. Bayonet is next, and takes 3 Pursuits to take it out thanks to Phoebe using a full restore. Sableye comes out and lives a Giga Drain on just a sliver. She heals, and our Pursuit does a third. We go for Dig, and another Pursuit, and last is her Bayonet, who falls to 1 Giga Drain. Next up is Glacia. We one-shot her first 2 Celios, and next is Walrein, who surprisingly also falls to 1 Giga Drain. Now the real test, her Glalies. We do 2/3 while she hits back with a weak Icy Wind, and she quickly falls. Now for her final Glalie. Giga Drain again does 2/3, and all she does is set up Hail. Final Giga Drain, and Glacia's defeated. Now the big problem. Drake. We knock out the Shelgon with 2 Giga Drains, and Flygon's next. And we for some reason use Rock Tomb instead of Giga Drain. It misses, and we get taken low by 2 Flamethrowers. We do land a Giga Drain to one shot, and heal us up to just above half. Altaria comes out and takes 3/4 from a critical hit Rock Tomb. Drake heals, and we miss another Rock Tomb. We land our next 2 Rock Tombs, and he only has a quarter left, but we fall to an Aerial Ace. We gather a few more items and give the League a few more tries at this level. A few attempts later, we get back to Drake and swap between using Brick Break and Giga Drain, and slowly take out the Shelgon. Flygon is next, and a few Giga Drains is enough to take him out, but he burns us. Altaria is next, and we go down to an Aerial Ace. We are just not getting through this fight without either being an insane level, using Double Team, or resetting the run and getting max IVs and Hidden Power Ice. We choose to reset, and let's quickly run through the major differences. With these IVs, it allows us to take down Watson 2 levels lower, and beat Flannery with 4 hours less of game time at level 44. Winona falls 10 levels lower and almost 7 hours faster. As we approach the League, let's take a look at the differences. We kept the 7-hour lead through Juan and reached the League at level 73, a dozen levels lower than before. Let's see how Birch V2 fares. The big difference this time is we do not one-shot the Mightyena. This allows us to get hit by a sand attack, and that makes the rest of the fight a lot more difficult. We miss a Giga Drain against the Absol, which allows him to get a huge Aerial Ace off. Next is Shiftry, and here we see another difference. Hidden Power Ice is a 2-hit against him. We barely take him out, but thanks to Torment, we can't go for Hidden Power Ice, and Cacturn takes us out. If we can one-shot the Mightyena, we'll have a much easier time. We try a few more times, and are able to string together an attempt where we do not miss any major attacks and can defeat Sydney. I don't think we'll make it far at this level, but let's just see what our little Geecko can do. Phoebe is up. Her Dusclops stalls us a lot with Confuse Ray and Protect, and we end up losing a lot of power points here, but we finally managed to take it down. The second Dusclops is next, and we one-shot her with a crit. Because we're out of Giga Drains, we take too long to take out the bayonet, and we get burned and then fall. Knowing we'll eventually need more levels, we travel around the area getting all the rare candies we can find. We also level up to level 69 and attempt the league again with a totally different strategy: Sunny Day and Solar Beam. Even without using it in this fight, we still easily beat Sydney. Now let's see if this new strategy can defeat Phoebe. We go for Sunny Day turn 1 as she protects. We then one-shot with Solar Beam. The second Dusclops lives on just a sliver, and we take her out in the next few turns. And that's really it. We one-shot the rest of our team with Solar Beam. Finally, we made it to Glacia. Hopefully we can defeat her, because once we do, we will make it to the champion. Giga Drain one-shots the first Celio, and the second one lives on just a sliver and sets up Hail. We knock him out with a few more Giga Drains, and Walrein comes out. We set up the Sun and go for Solar Beam to one-shot her, and that's it. Her two Glalie each fall to a Solar Beam. Now is Drake, who should be no issue with our Never Melt Ice and Hidden Power Ice. We easily one-shot all his Pokemon until the Kingdra. We set up a Sunny Day, and after a few rounds of Drake healing, we finish him off with a critical hit Solar Beam. Now all that's left is Wallace, the Water-type champion. We equip the Pecha Berry and use all 12 of our rare candies that we found. We'll be taking him on at level 83. My only concern with Wallace is his Tentacruel, because he can poison us. We set up the Sun as Wailord hits with Blizzard. Solar Beam one-shots the Wailord and the Milotic, and out comes Tentacruel. We use Giga Drain to heal, and he leaves us on just 26 HP. We take him out with a Solar Beam, and in comes Ludicolo. We hit a Giga Drain for 2/3, set up the Sun, and finish him off with another Giga Drain. We heal up off the Wish Cache, and last is Gyarados, who gets one-shotted with Solar Beam. We've done it, at level 63 with a game time of 12 hours and 58 minutes. To compare that to the first attempt, we had not even beat Winona by that time. The stat increases and Ice-type hidden power really quicken things up. I am quite proud of this little Geecko, who starts off our solodex tier list at the top. That's all for this time. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day.